English Planet. Appunti di inglese, a cura di Nicholas Youldon.
Good evening, everybody. You're tuned to Radio Dreamland. This is English Planet, la seconda puntata di un'avventura nella lingua inglese con la voce di Nick Youldon. Riconfermo subito che la lezione, per così dire, di stasera si svolgerà di nuovo in due parti. Nella prima parte io parlerò anche in italiano per spiegare un po' di cose e dare qualche consiglio per un uso corretto e miglior comprensione della lingua inglese. Questo attrezzo molto utile per la vita, effettivamente. Poi nella seconda parte della trasmissione parlerò esclusivamente in lingua originale inglese e vi accompagnerò a una piccola avventura attraverso il mondo dell'invisibile da un punto di vista leggermente diverso dal solito. Allora, nella prima lezione abbiamo guardato il presente nella forma inglese del present simple. Allora, adesso possiamo andare magari nel passato remoto, o forse anche il futuro, pensate voi, ma sbagliato alla grande, perché dobbiamo soffermarci un pochettino sempre nel presente. Il problema essendo che in inglese ci sono diverse forme del presente, infatti sono un totale di 3. Qui stasera vogliamo un po' guardare la seconda parte del presente che più o meno corrisponde a quello che si può considerare un presente immediato. Qui faccio un breve parentesi per spiegare un concetto linguistico storico che è importante in effetti per capire l'inglese. Il fatto è che più o meno 2000 anni fa la vita tranquilla britannica celtica è stata disturbata da un certo personaggio che è arrivato da Roma in vacanza, Giulio Cesare, accompagnato da un po' di legioni. Questi signori sono rimasti un paio di secoli a godersi l'acqua termale inglesi per costruire un paio di strade piuttosto importanti e poi si sono scocciati dal clima inglese, dal bere il tè caldo alle 5 di sera e ci sono rientrati a Roma. Dopo questo intervallo educativo, i barbari britannici hanno ripreso di parlarsi in una lingua loro completamente incomprensibile per altri europei, però facendo uso degli aspetti più utili della lingua latino. I romani poi sono rimasti a Roma e hanno influenzato, per dire, tutta l'Italia e la lingua italiana. Allora, tutto a posto, tutto regolare, amici come prima. E qui dove nasce il problema linguistico? Niente, ma nasce una grande differenza tra l'uso dei verbi e tempi nella lingua moderna inglese e quello italiano. L'italiano ha sviluppato una classifica piuttosto rigida di tempi diversi a cui devono adattarsi, cioè tutti i verbi, devi fare cambiamenti in continuazione. A secondo, quando si parla del futuro, del presente, del passato remoto, passato prossimo o magari addirittura il passato napoletano. Il risultato di questo è che studenti italiani mi chiedono sempre mi scusi professore, ma qual è la forma giusta per il futuro in inglese? E poi rimangono sbalorditi quando io rispondo, sinceramente non esiste una forma inglese per il futuro, mi dispiace. Se voi in effetti siete tutti sbalorditi adesso, allora vi spiegherò questo concetto un po' più avanti in una lezione futuro. Però l'altra parte della medaglia è una persona come me che deve imparare l'italiano, cioè io chiedo gli italiani in continuazione, ma qualcuno mi riesce a spiegare dove esattamente il passato prossimo poi passa al passato remoto, perché devo cambiarmi il verbo e non so quando farlo. Ma purtroppo nessuno sa spiegarmelo. Well, let's get real. In realtà il tempo non esiste assolutamente e i verbi servono solo per descrivere azioni. E così, in questo modo, gli italiani hanno passato secoli cercando di adattare verbi ai tempi inesistenti, mentre gli inglesi invece hanno imparato a suonare la chitarra, hanno inventato altre parole per indicare tempo, come un esempio pure solo la parola yesterday. Hanno anche scoperto che con una parola così si può anche fare la musica, una canzone, e sono diventati miliardi, hanno guadagnato miliardi di dollari. Adesso però lasciamo perdere la storia e torniamo al nostro presente e cerchiamo di rimediare un paio di cose. Torniamo allora a una situazione semplice, come l'altra volta. Vogliamo incontrare qualche inglese, vogliamo assolutamente iniziare una conversazione. Entriamo in un scenario, di nuovo cosa faccio? Allora, voglio presentarmi, voglio chiedere, chiedo cosa fai? Va bene così, mi farò coinvolgere nell'attività di questo presente o questi presenti. Dunque, cosa fai? Una domanda, sì, cosa, what? Domanda, do, ausiliario, do, sì, giusto, fai, you do, good, what do you do? Perfetto, ci siamo. Dai, coraggio, andiamo. What do you do? E il nostro bersaglio risponde, hello, I'm a doctor. Allora, questo di nuovo è tonto, non ha capito niente. Non voglio saperlo. Non dovrebbe rispondere, I read a book, I watch television, I smoke a cigarette. Beh, se fuma non mi avvicino mica, però tonto sono proprio io, perché sono di nuovo cascato in questo present simple che in inglese onestamente non fa molto. Mi rendo conto però anche in italiano che c'è una bella differenza per dire che fai in questo momento e che fai nella vita. È solo che in italiano mi sembra evidente la domanda comunque senza cambiare niente. Sfortunatamente però per gli inglesi e nella lingua inglese non è così, perché questi inglesi hanno un'altra forma del presente che si chiama il present progressive o present continuous, che si usano moltissimo per quasi ogni cosa, che spiega effettivamente tutte le attività che sono in progresso in qualsiasi momento. Giusto il caso di questa situazione qua. Aprite il cielo, open sesame, eureka, I have the key to hundreds of friends, new friends. Adesso posso entrare, dove entro? Beh, vado lungo la strada e chiedo uno, what are you doing today? I'm going to the park, come with me. Oh, one new friend. I go into a restaurant, what are you eating? I'm eating a pizza. Eat with me. Oh, two new friends. Vado avanti nella biblioteca, una bella biblioteca. What are you reading? I'm reading a book by Shakespeare. Do you know Shakespeare? Wow, another friend. Now let's try that pub again. What are you drinking this evening? I'm drinking a beer. Drink with me, I'll buy your beer. Favoloso, ci capiamo. C'è la comunicazione. Quasi ci siamo. Fra un po' andrò a chiedere la cittadinanza. Allora, io penso che questo verbo nella sua forma è una meraviglia, è facilissima da usare e permette di dire e capire un sacco di cose con pochissime variazioni del verbo. In base si usa praticamente il verbo essere, che corre così. I am, you are, he is, she is, it is, we are, you are, they are. Abbinando con questo verbo essere il verbo nostro che vogliamo usare per l'azione solo con l'aggiunta di un ing, come giocare, play, playing, cantare, sing, singing, parlare, speak, speaking, mangiare, eat, eating, e così via, aggiungendo, mettendo insieme questi componenti semplici, si può dire già centinaia oppure migliaia di cose. I am eating, you are drinking, she is walking, she is reading a book, we are thinking, we are running, we are swimming. They are not working today. They are on holiday today. They are relaxing. And of course, he's paying for my beer. La bellezza qui per gli italiani è che esiste già un equivalente nella vostra lingua. Esiste, se io dico I am driving my car, l'italiano corrisponde sto guidando la mia macchina. La forma qui è praticamente uguale a quella inglese, è solo che si usa il verbo stare al posto del verbo essere, to be. Anche se forse questo non è usato in tutta Italia, ma non so, per quello che ne so io, quasi tutti lo riconoscono comunque la forma e corrisponde in uso esattamente come quello inglese, perché è usato poi per descrivere tutte le azioni che si vedono intorno a sé in qualsiasi momento dell'esistenza, dove uno sta, dove uno osserva, dove uno reagisce e interagisce con qualsiasi cosa, si usa questa forma qua. Adesso abbiamo in mano un sacco di elementi che ci aiutano a dire un sacco di cose. Prendiamo un paio di mattoncini come questi termini che ci sono e cominciamo a costruire qualche cosa. Prendiamo ad esempio il verbo mangiare, eat. Cominciamo a dire le cose. I'm eating, you're eating, he's eating, we are eating, you're eating, they're eating. I'm eating a banana, you're eating a pear, he's eating an apple, we're eating cakes, she's eating oranges, they're eating nothing, they're poor people. Prendiamo il verbo bere, drink. Guardiamo un po' di persone. A man is drinking beer. A woman is drinking water. A girl is drinking Coca-Cola. A boy is drinking lemonade. Aggiungiamo qualcosetta. I'm drinking a beer in the pub. The man is drinking whiskey in the street. That's bad. A woman is drinking water from a fountain in the park. A cow is drinking water in the river. A fish is swimming in the lake. A sheep is walking in the field. Così è semplice, con un paio di elementi, un paio di termini, un paio di frasi, un paio di elementi memorizzati e qualche trasformazione, e aggiungendo un pochettino di fantasia si può andare lontano con l'inglese. Facciamo un esempio. Julius Caesar is arriving in London. Julius Caesar is relaxing in his hotel. Julius Caesar is sitting in the thermal water. He is drinking a beer with his legionaries. Julius Caesar today is complaining about the rain. He is walking in the street with his umbrella. Insomma, l'inglese per l'uso quotidiano è abbastanza semplice e piuttosto semplificato. Cioè, gli inglesi, passando i secoli, invece di fare secoli di studio di grammatica e perfezionare la loro lingua parlata, hanno preferito più dedicarsi ad imparare a suonare la chitarra e scrivere canzoni famosi per farsi un sacco di soldi. Quindi, per parlare bene con loro basta ascoltare bene, imitare e ripetere come un pappagallo, allenare la propria memoria e sapere trasformare e riutilizzare termini, frasi sentiti e usati in giro. Ok, anche se l'inglese è facile, in fondo ci sono ancora tantissime cose da spiegare, ma questo devo rimandare adesso a future puntate di English Planet. Per adesso facciamo una piccola pausa e sentire la musica, poi dopo la musica tornerò e parlerò un pochettino in inglese. So, enjoy the music, stay tuned to Radio Dreamland, I'll be right back.
What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Throw him in the hole with the captain's daughter. Throw him in the hole with the captain's daughter. Throw him in the hole with the captain's daughter early in the morning. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning. What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Shave his balls with a rusty razor. Shave his balls with a rusty razor. Shave his balls with a rusty razor early in the morning. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning. Sailor, what shall we do with a drunken sailor? What shall we do with a drunken sailor early in the morning? Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises. Hey ho, and up she rises early in the morning.
Radio Dreamland. Share the vision.
Welcome back to the second part of English Planet, the part that is entirely in English. You're listening to the Celtic West Country English voice of Nick Youldon, and we're on Radio Dreamland. Radio Dreamland is based in Dreamland Village and connected to the Dreamland Stone Circle, which were all brainchild of a great visionary and a great teacher, Giancarlo Barbadoro, also a great friend who I miss very much. I like being on Radio Dreamland because it's free radio, no censorship, and no bullshit, if you can pardon the English vernacular here. Together with my friends on here, I consider myself an investigative journalist, a free researcher. What we're investigating is the world of the invisible. The world of mystery, the world of things that you cannot talk about. While we're on the subject, I'd just like to dwell for a minute on what is at the moment a hot topic in our majoritarian societies. The term of fake news keeps cropping up everywhere, on television, on the internet, on the radio. Everybody's talking about it in the street, if you meet anybody in the street at the moment. The concept of fake news and hoaxes, which is the other English concept of jokes and telling stories which are not true, has always accompanied the kind of research and the kind of issues that we're interested in. I'm interested in personally, and we're all interested here in Radio Dreamland. Whenever you start to talk about ghosts or UFO sightings or mysterious objects found in a strange place, you always meet up with the people who say, well, yeah, that's a fake photograph, it's a Photoshop, that's a load of nonsense. Where did you get that story from? You have to have a very tough skin to even talk about these things, as I say, because they're all things which you're not supposed to talk about, which theoretically don't exist. They are exactly invisible. But recently, fake news seemed to have become a hot topic and a particular bug for the authorities in Italy, maybe more than anywhere else, apart possibly from Donald Trump, who has a personal thing about this. The Italian authorities, and in particular it seems the Italian media, seem to be especially irritated by this concept of fake news. We're talking about censorship, and don't listen to that, and it's dangerous to spread these kind of news around here on the social networks, and so on and so forth. So I'd just like to put in a quick word in defense of fake news. Now let's be very careful. I don't propose to promote or pass on any fake news. Oh my God, no. But I would like to defend, in effect, the right to people to distribute fake news if they wish. Why is this? Because I feel in my world that fake news in some form has always existed. It's a personal thing. I remember when I was just a little kid, my parents would say to me, near Christmas, look, if you don't behave, if you're not a good boy, Father Christmas won't bring you any presents. Now, obviously that was not true. That was a fake news. When I was a bit older at school, some friends of mine would say to me, to scare me, look, there's a policeman outside the school, he's waiting to talk to you. That would scare me a little bit until I got outside the school. Then outside the school I soon discovered there was no policeman. I went home quite happy. Obviously, the lesson from that is the fake news only affects you if you believe it. It's up to you to decide whether it's true or not. I didn't call on the government or the police to come and punish these people, my parents and my school friends who were telling me fake news. Another example, a very good example of fake news, is the British media. For years, all the major television stations and newspapers, read by millions of people, on the 1st of April, they would print stories or recount stories on the television, which were quite simply not true. They were fake news. It was a joke, an April Fool's joke. By the same logic, it was for every individual to establish for himself if this was a true story or was not a true story. But nobody wanted to close down the television station or burn the newspapers because they had told a fake news story on April the 1st. I have always been an enthusiast on crop circles, in particular in the south of England. As you may well know, these are a peculiar phenomenon of mysterious circles which appear overnight in fields of agricultural land, in cultivated plants, where effectively they've been investigated many times. They've been photographed and rephotographed, and there's a huge amount of material on these phenomena. What happens effectively is it is demonstrable that the plants are actually damaged in some way, and it's very difficult that these events can happen without some kind of mysterious intervention from someone or something. There is no explanation. Now, the newspapers, English newspapers with very large readership, millions of people would print these stories every day, virtually, during the summer period. Why would they do that? If these were all fakes, if these were all false, why would they continue to print these stories? I don't know. And then, after years of these appearing and being reported, there was a group of, no, not a group, but a pair of old men who went under the names of Doug and Dave. They appeared in an article in one of the newspapers saying, oh, we do all of those things. We take 2 pieces of wood and some string, and we go out at the night and do these circles in the ground. Yeah, there's no mystery there. We do that, you know. And so suddenly the mystery is solved. 2 strange gentlemen appear with a somewhat crazy story, and automatically hundreds, maybe thousands of witnesses, scientific research, documentary research, technological research is all debunked and automatically becomes fake news because Doug and Dave have spoken. The truth is out there. But which truth? I personally have experienced a lot of things on crop circles. I've been around, as they say. I have actually witnessed 1 or 2 sites, not when the circles actually occurred or arose or generated, but in one case almost immediately after. In fact, a friend of mine who lived near Exeter and had some agricultural land, I saw it. I saw the circle on his land, and I went to speak to him, and he said directly, yes, my children saw it this morning. It happened last night. Last night when I went to bed, there was nothing in my field, and this morning there was this circle. I have no idea what happened. I have no idea how this damage or how this effect was caused. It just appeared overnight. No noise, no problems, nothing to report. It was just there. The only thing I don't know is I don't know how this circle appeared, but I also don't know if by chance there were 2 strange gentlemen called Doug and Dave in that area on that particular evening. So the circle, that circle and all the other circles for me remain an enormous mystery. But I have no beef with Doug and Dave. They're no problem for me, you know. I don't want them executed or hung out to dry or slapped in prison. Well, why is this? Doug and Dave have a story. They have information. It may be false, it may be true. There may be other Doug and Daves all over the universe making crop circles that hasn't yet been established. What I personally know of the world, of our majoritarian society, for example, is that virtually anything is possible. Even that Doug and Dave are telling the truth. Be careful now, I'm not saying they're telling the truth. It's very unlikely that they're telling the truth, but there is a possibility. Our universe is based on possibilities and probabilities. This is how we live. There is no truth. No one has the absolute truth. We only go and look, and for me, we look at mysteries. It's a way of learning, of expanding yourself, of improving yourself, and of enjoying your life on this planet. So I have to say thanks to Doug and Dave. Why? Well, because they made a contribution to freedom of information. For me, this is fundamental because I'm curious. I want to look at things, touch things, hear about things, know about things. If I don't have free access to information, I'm limited. I'm not a happy person, I'm not a complete person. Before I came to Italy, I lived in a land of mysteries, legends, King Arthur, the Holy Grail, crop circles, stone circles, megaliths, and various other mysterious occurrences and phenomena, which ghost stories, haunted castles, for example. All of this was perfectly normal for me, but I didn't really pay a great deal of attention to it all. Strangely, after I came to Italy, I began to pay more attention and to become more aware and to understand better my background in England. Special thanks here to Giancarlo Barbadoro and Rosalba Natero. Getting to know them, working with them, learning from them about the things they were involved in: eco-spirituality, foundation, meditation, chemovad, natural peoples, native Europeans, the unfortunate situation of animals, and the world of the invisible. Everything you look at in the world of the invisible feeds back into the world of eco-spirituality, into the paranormal, into the spiritual. It gives you that extra dimension to your life which is missing. Most people don't seem to think that this is very important. They don't seem to realize that we're not just sitting on planet Earth. We're drinking a cup of tea. We're actually spinning around in space. We're interacting with the cosmos, whether we like it or not. Isn't it important to think about that at least once a day? An apple a day keeps the doctor away. What about a mystery a day? Is that dangerous? Is it bad for our health? Our modern society says yes, it is. Don't think about anything. Just go out and buy a new pair of shoes. That's very important for you. But I'm a bit of a rebel and I don't want a new pair of shoes. Somehow or other I managed to find pretty much a mystery or something wonderful to reflect on almost every day. I kind of bump into these things or they bump into me, I don't know. I'll try and give a little example of what I'm talking about in the short time left, if time doesn't run out on me before I manage to finish. Recently I was asked to do a piece of work as a translator. I was asked to translate from Italian into English a university research paper on the history of an obscure or not Greek general whose name was Miltiades. I don't know, I say obscure. To me, I'd never heard of him, but I said, well, this is a boring piece of work, but don't ask questions, get on and do the work. I was surprised to discover quite quickly that there was more to this than I thought, because the research paper dealt with the Battle of Marathon, which was a battle between the Greek civilization and the Persian civilization a long time ago. Our Greek commander Miltiades turned out to be a hero, and he won the battle against superior forces and against the odds. Very interesting. History lesson finished. Thank you very much. Well, not exactly, because I began to think and reflect on this. What we are talking about is a battle which decided the future development of the Mediterranean and the whole of Europe. The Greek civilization won this battle. The Persians went back to Persia. If the result had been different, modern Italy, Great Britain, Germany, France, all the rest may now have been under the command of Iran. Interesting thought. But so what? End of story. Well, not exactly, not yet. I then discovered another piece of interesting information. At the end of this battle, the Greeks, as was their habit, they erected a monument to their hero and saviour, this Greek commander Miltiades. On the monument, a statue or a stone carving, I believe, our hero Miltiades was accompanied by another well-known famous military commander. His name is known, we would expect to find him also on the monument. The problem is that there was a third figure on this monument. This third figure is almost totally unknown by all documents at the time. He was given a name, but there is no information about his background or no explanation of why he is on the monument or why he was accompanying two military commanders who had just won the Battle of Marathon. Additional information about this unusual figure, which is documented contemporary information, not pure invention or conjecture. This information has it that this unknown figure, this mysterious figure, was different from the Greek soldiers he was assisting. He was wearing a different uniform, and more importantly, he was carrying an unusual armament. He was using an unusual armament. Nothing that was known at that particular time in history. Something very similar to a modern rifle or machine gun, which fired something explosive or fired light and killed large numbers of enemy soldiers. This was probably the reason why a small number of Greek soldiers were able to defeat a much superior Persian army. So here we have a mystery which is approximately 3,000 years old. Question: did an alien help win the battle which decided the future of civilization in Europe at the Battle of Marathon? Unfortunately, time is not on our side. That's all for this evening. I'll leave you with this mystery, but please go and look for some more. Stay tuned to Radio Dreamland and don't miss the next lesson on English Planet. You can find the date and time on the schedules on the website of radiodreamland.it. For now, this is your presenter and teacher Nick Youldon wishing you a wonderful evening. And remember to share the vision.